And, I've been looking forward to this all night or all week. We are going to speak with the drummer for one of my favorite bands for many, many years. And, of course, Sister Tracy can... she's here to show that I'm not lying. I love
I can
X.
vouch for that. Yes, absolutely.
We are going to speak with the drummer for the legendary band X. And joining us on the phones right now is the legendary drummer of that band, DJ BONEBREAK. Thank you, DJ, for being here.
You're quite welcome, Derek. It's good to be here.
Yeah, and I know you've been on the show several times, and I just want you to know I'm always grateful that you make time for me.
Oh, it's no problem at all. It's easy for me. I'm happy to be on.
The last time, you know Sister Tracy, of course.
Yeah, he kind of sorted us, yeah.
The last time we all spoke, as I talked to you about off the air, we were all bummed because we were like, well, probably not going to be a future X album, but it could happen, but maybe not. And now we're so happy that there is a new X album.
Yeah, we surprised everyone, including ourselves. Yeah, I didn't think it would happen. We talked about it a lot. We've been playing live, exclusively with Billy Zoom when he came back in the band in 1997 or something like that. And we just, we talked about it. Just didn't, I don't know, just never came about. So yeah, I think what happened is Fat Possum Records re-released our first 4 records. And, and then they were surprised we played live so much. And then they said, well, and then we started talking about a new record and they said, we would love to put it out. So it took a while for it to happen. I'll give you the details if you want, but we had it finished in March and then the coronavirus thing happened and it was going to be released in August with a tour and then all that's canceled. So then last minute we said, okay, let's just release it now.
Wow.
In April. We said, it took a week. It took a week from the time our manager and the people from Fat Possum were talking, and they were, going back and forth. And finally he said, let's just release it. I'm tired of this. Yeah. And it was a good thing. We put it on Bandcamp exclusively for, I don't know what it was, 10 days. And it was selling really well and people were really happy and they were happy it was being released. So I'm happy about that. I mean, at first I thought there could be a negative response because I didn't know people were releasing records, I mean, especially, these are heavy times and you want to be sensitive to people,
Yeah.
But I think we've gotten good responses.
Well, DJ, can you tell everyone 2 things? How many songs are on the album and what is the name of the new album?
Well, there are 11 songs on the album, but it's still, I think it's under 30 minutes. It's like just under, because the songs are, 2 and 3 minute songs. And the album is called Alphabet Land. Nice. And so, yeah, there are 10 songs and there's one spoken word song with accompaniment at the end. It's Exine's spoken word piece called All the Time in the World. And Billy Zoom played some piano on it. And then Robbie Krieger from The Doors came in and played some slide guitar. So a little like a bonus track.
Wow. So you've quite the Doors connection. Ray Manzarek used to be your manager and played, keys with you guys. And now you've got Robbie Krieger. Wow.
Yeah. He wasn't our manager, but he was our producer.
Oh yeah.
For the first 4 records, and used to join us on stage every once in a while, and I mean we met Robbie way back then, and I can't say we were close to him, but John Doe talks to him every once in a while, and he mentioned we were making the record, and he said, hey, you want to play on a track? So it was just like that, just kind of like, come on down.
So cool.
Yeah, it was. I'm honored to have him on the record.
Now, was there anything different as far as the writing process on this album versus the past X albums, or was it the same process as normal?
It's pretty much the same, but it was, back in the day, we were all living in the same city. We would rehearse a lot. So, the rehearsals were over months and months, and in this case, John Doe lives in Texas now, and so he would come out here and we would rehearse 2 days, and we may have done that 3 times. It's more complex because we started the album did the first session in 2019.
Yeah.
So we did 5 songs, and then we ended up using 4 of those, and then that was like an experiment to see if it would work, and we were very happy with it. We had Rob Schnapp as producer, really good producer, and so it worked. We said, let's write some more stuff, and John next seemed to do the writing. Billy and I help arrange it. So in a way, it was the same, because once we get into a room, we hash it out. We go, well, let's try it this way. Try this guitar chord. Let's, you know how you do that. You get rid of a verse, add a chorus, you just play with it. And so we did it pretty quickly. I'd have to say maybe because we have more experience, but it's pretty much the same process, And then you go in the studio, and one song was really new, so we just really had to arrange it in the studio. So, but pretty much the same process, just accelerated. How's that?
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much for that. In knowing that Exine's been a poet for so long, and also a spoken word poet, it's so cool that she was able to contribute something in a more poetic sense as far as that spoken word track you were talking about.
Yeah, she did that, and as far as the lyrics on the other songs, it's always been John and Exine both contributing and editing each other, and I mean, some people think that Exine is more passive when it comes to coming up with melodies or arranging. She's not at all. She's pretty amazing. Like I think it was a song we're going to play. No, that's a different one. I take that back. There's a song, Goodbye, Year Goodbye, and she contributed quite a bit to that arrangement. But that's it.
How did you guys come up with the title Alphabet Land, if I could ask?
Well, the song was originally called Mercury. And one of the lines is, it's Exine's lyrics mostly, and one of the lines is alphabet wreck. And there's another line where she uses that alphabet mine, M-I-N-E, and Billy kept saying, okay, what's that song? Let's play Alphabet Land. And Exine would go, no, it's called Mercury. He goes, what's that line? It's Alphabet Mine. So it's okay. So Alphabet Land, and he kept doing that. Billy's he's really stubborn. Okay, we're gonna do that song Alphabet Land, and so finally, we just called it Alphabet Land. And she goes, what the hell? We'll call it, she didn't change the lyrics. She just said, okay, we'll call it Alphabet Land. And then that just became the title. So
we'll show him.
Yeah, we'll show him. But yeah, so.
He was probably confused when it came out with that title, like, wait.
Yeah.
Thought it was Mercury.
Yeah, it was. But no, forget it. I mean, sometimes you just have to give in.
So speaking of Billy Zoom, we know he had health issues with cancer and things. How is Billy these days?
He's doing really, really well. I mean, he's locked away like everyone else is here, and we can't tour, but he's doing fine. Yeah, he's going to live forever. I mean, he's a little bit older than all of us, and he's in his 70s already. I mean, when I met him, he was 30 years old. It was like 30 years old. I was 20 or 21, and he always looked like he had that picture of Dorian Gray somewhere. He just looked like a kid forever.
Yeah,
but he's doing fine. His health is good, and yeah, he's been really happy to play, and he's been in a good mood. So, yeah, I just haven't seen him for 2 or 3 months now. We're all just isolated, like everyone else. So
I probably should have asked this a little earlier when we were discussing, the new stuff that you guys have just recently released. But when you were recording, did you find, after all these years, between recording, did you find that it was the same? Did you find that it was still like, did you just jump right back in where you left off, or did it take some kind of, getting used to playing with each other or writing with each other and that kind of atmosphere? Did it take some getting used to, or did you just jump right back into it?
You know what? I was amazed. It was the same. And I think, like I said, it was accelerated too. Even in the recording process, I think went faster because I really think we're better musicians. We were good in the day, but we've played so much more. And we've been playing live every year. At least 50, 60 shows, sometimes 90 shows a year. I think there was one year where there was a break, but since Billy came back in the band in 1997, we've been playing really consistently. So, we play together all the time. And so I found in the studio, it seemed easy. In fact, I remember we did, we had a song called Angel on the Road. It was the first, new song we did. And I was just thinking, this is so easy. It just, we play like a band. We've been playing so much, we're in the studio. It just felt really easy, and it was easy we arranged that in the studio.
That's awesome.
And it just felt really natural. We were all contributing and going, oh, let's try this, let's try that. Oh, yeah.
What studio do you guys record at, DJ?
Well, we did actually 3 studios, but the basic tracks for the first session it was a place called 64 Sound in Highland Park.
Okay.
It's a really good studio. And then we would mix things and do overdubs at Rob Schnauf's personal studio.
Okay.
And then for the second one, we got really fancy. We went to Sunset Sound,
Yeah, the famous Sunset Sound.
Yeah, which isn't as prohibitive. I mean, it's an expensive studio, but not as prohibitive as you would think, these days. And we were in there for 4 days to do basics. So, it wasn't too long.
Are you familiar with Kitten Robot Studio in LA?
No, that's the studio you did your record at?
Yeah, Paul
Rossler's?
Yeah, Paul from the Screamers. That's his place. Well, and Josie Cotton and Giza X have something to do with it as well, or at least they did.
Uh-huh. I mean, I listened to your record, the Divine Dirt. It's really, really good, and it sounds great. I mean, it's first rate. I mean, it's
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know.
I wasn't expecting a compliment or to even talk about my band. Thank you so much for that.
Well, I just made me think of it because you sent it to me, and I appreciate that. And yeah. So I don't know I know the studio now. I've never recorded there. I've known Paul Rossler forever.
Yeah, he's such a good guy, and he's such a talented guy, man, with a great ear.
Oh yeah, he always has been. My wife went to school with him, high school, and
wow.
So I mean, she knew. She's known him forever, and Kira and the whole gang.
Do you know Helen as well? Helen Killer.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, I know we both know her, and
she's such a nice person.
I just saw her a couple months ago at the Fast Freddy and the Precisions reunion.
Nice.
I don't know if he came out and played one show in LA. So yeah, I saw her, and
we love Helen.
A bunch of people. Yeah.
It's funny. I was friends with Paul Rossler for years, and then we were in Maui a few years back, and I saw Helen Killer posting on Facebook, "Hey, I'm in Maui," and I'm like, "Well, hey, I've never met you in person. How's it going?" So we met up, her and Tracy and I, and then within a couple of hours, she revealed that Paul Rossler was her ex, and then I'm like, "Wait a minute, I know your husband," and she didn't know we recorded there, so it was a really weird deal, but small world, man.
Small world.
Oh, it is. Yeah, very.
So to say that your wife went to school with Paul's, or with Paul, was another small little connection there.
Yeah, she was, and Darby Crash and all those people. She was part of that scene.
What a trip!
And yeah, I talk about a small world.
Things have changed so much. I mean, you've seen so many changes in the music world ever since X formed. Do you have any advice you would give any young drummers or musicians today that are maybe doing punk rock or doing their own sort of thing? Any advice at all in a nutshell?
Gosh, let's see. It seems like someone asked me this once, and I thought of the answer after I gave it. I used to have teachers who would go, "Don't get into the music business. It's the worst business in the world." So, but you're not going to talk kids out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, advice. gosh, I don't know if I can give,
Yeah.
Hang in there. I mean, I know if they want to do it, they're going to do it no matter what. So take it seriously, and I'm going to try. Okay, I'm going to try to get this. Continue to practice and network. Oh, network is a good one because people forget about that. And sometimes don't forget to shower occasionally, and brush your teeth so you don't have bad breath. I mean, you're dealing with people, so
yeah.
But all the technical stuff. I mean, I'm sure someone younger could tell them how to get their stuff out there,
I think shower occasionally is good enough.
Yeah.
I love that one.
But just sometimes, just the basic stuff, like show up on time, because I've known so many musicians who people fire them because of the dumbest things. They think they're the greatest musician in the world, but they're They let people down.
Terminally late. I've dealt with some musicians that were so terminally late, like just always. It's impossible, man.
Yeah. So it's all the stuff that your mom told you. Show up on time and be prepared and shower and
remember that
negative.
Remember that book, Tracy? I learned everything I needed to know. I learned in kindergarten. Yeah,
and it's true. It's very
that's
true.
About right. Yeah.
Pretty much true.
Take a nap on a mat.
Take a nap and to have a snack and to not take other people's things and don't hit each other and just very basic stuff.
He says take a nap on a mat. Remember those days?
Yeah.
I do.
Heck yeah, I'll take a nap on a mat. Just tell me to do it. I'll do that.
There you go. Words of advice from DJ BONEBREAK.
Yes. So, okay, I won't talk anymore, but
no.
The song, I think is Free, and it's the second song on the album.
Yeah, that's the one that you did send me. And what's that about, DJ?
Oh, it's about 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Haha. But I guess some of the lyrics are sometimes oblique, but I would say it's about I mean, the chorus is "Let me go free, don't tell me I can't." Let me go free to the promised land. But it's about someone who's, in a way, they're fed up, I would guess. Listen to the words, but
nice.
Like the beginning lyrics, there's something about his fist is raised. My words are fire, my fist is raised. Anyway, but you'll hear it. It's I couldn't decide which song to send. There's a lot of them I like. But,
I'm waiting for
this one.
When the hard copy is released, I'll definitely be purchasing at least one copy for our library. I do appreciate you sending over the song Free, so the listeners can get a preview of a track from the new X album. And I'd like to say sincerely, DJ, thanks so much for making the time to be our guest again.
You're quite welcome. It's my pleasure. And hope to be on the show again.
Absolutely. We hope to have you back. And we also, of course, as you do, and I'm sure everyone listening hopes that, all this crazy stuff going on right now, that we all get through it safely, and that very soon all the bands and musicians will be back out there on the road and playing and able to make a living. It's so hard for so many musicians right now. So, thank you definitely for taking the time to come on and to plug the new X album and let everyone know that it's out there and that you guys are just waiting to hit the road.
Well, it's a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Thank you.
You're listening to KSKQ Radio and the Church of Rock radio show. We are wrapping up our chat with X drummer DJ BONEBREAK. DJ, have a great night and much love, my friend.
All right. Take care. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank
Take care.
you.
Bye-bye.